Well, hello and happy creating to all of you. I'm just experimenting with a new format for my mixed media abstract art and or abstract art journaling videos every Sunday at 12 noon. They used to be in the morning at 9:30, so I just backed it off a little bit so it gives me a little bit more time for technical issues with uploading or, surprises, stuff like that. So what I'm doing is as you can see, this was my second last affirmation art journaling page. And just as an announcement now, I'm going to be making one more for uploading. Of course, I am continuing with my practice in this particular mixed media pad, and it's 140 pound. I do believe it's a bit of an overkill. It's super thick. So you don't really need, I think, 95 pound and 114, I believe. Anyway, so this has been uploaded and it's on my Instagram, I believe. If not, I'll be putting up more posts. I will remember often difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. And I truly believe that. So my point was, this size is, I think, 9 by 12. Yes. And this is 11 by 14, what we're going to be working in. And I'm going to be, this is my exploratory mixed media sketchbook. And this is where I will be really doing purposeful explorations. If you didn't know already, my word for the year is clarity. And getting clear with your art is one of the many important things. But right now, I think it's the most important if I want to move forward. So I'm just going to go through today exploring layers of marks. And I'm looking for a feeling. It's a certain spontaneous expression kind of feeling, along with soft atmosphere and most probably my numbers. I've chosen some bubble wrap. I'm not one for overusing it, but I don't mind the effects it might create underneath other layers. So that's what I'm thinking. So why don't we call this one layer at a time? And that's what we're doing. I'm exploring all the difference. I continue with it, but I need to be really specific and clear for myself. What about you? So I've been, on social media, gathering some new ideas. And like I've mentioned before, I'm doing that less and less, and more going back to my own work and looking at different effects that I really like, making a note, and then exploring them in this 11 by 14 sketchbook. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to introduce to you my colors, and then of course I'm going to make a break in the video so I can speed it up a bit, and then stop at important phases and do some live explanation for you. Okay? Oh, by the way, before I start that, I'm going to show you my materials. So there's some bubble wrap, just some stencils. I don't know about the strength. The cardboard is great, but where they join, where they're very narrow, they're very vulnerable. But you can just buy some more. These, I like the negative that comes out, so I might use those. I'm going to use some just regular pieces of sponge that I've cut off. I'm going to use charcoal, water-soluble graphite. Here's a bigger one. It's Art graphite stick, and some selected oil pastels. And I've decided to be more specific with what I'm doing so that I can be a more effective guide or teacher. And I hate to use that, but I'm just showing you what I do. And clearer art tutorials, I think, really benefit many people. So I'm going to use the Posca markers, and my colors are, let's move this over. I have such a large table, and I just can't believe it's not even big enough. Anyway, Mars Black, the Turquoise from Liquitex, the Transparent Titanium, Parchment. This is Naples Yellow. It's slightly lighter and more opaque. And of course the regular Titanium White from Liquitex Basics, heavy bodied or regular bodied. It's this stuff here. Okay. And as you can see, I was just testing out some of the pastels I wanted to choose, and I'm going to use this, or I'm going to combine most of these as marks early in the making, because I've learned that when you put acrylic over top and scrape it away, it really reveals some interesting marks underneath. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to use the torn edge as an edge where I can combine a crisp edge and then a soft. Maybe this pastel. I really like those shapes. Possibly this, and of course some organic circles. So let's begin. Oh, by the way, getting ahead of myself, I selected a bunch of neutral black and white and just slightly possible just a little accent color in there, because I want this to be mostly black and white and neutral with a little Naples yellow. So, okay. And of course, I don't want to be thinking. So right now, I'm not. And while I'm talking to you, it's great because, except for I want to speed up this video and I don't want to sound like a chipmunk. So I'll stop talking right now and you can watch. Okay, so I've built up some layers. Right now I'm thinking about and talking about the effects of the element themselves. I don't know if I like 0, 1 or whatever that, it's just, I just grabbed those things. These pages are just experimentation. So what I really like is the crisp edge next to or on top of this very loose area, which is then developing some really interesting textures with the braille. And that's the thing that I really love. Surprises. I couldn't have planned that. I might even grab some orange paint here, or maybe even orange Posca markers. We'll see. But I'm liking the orange and liking the thought of having good old pink and orange, the bright colors peek out from underneath. And as you can see, it's just sort of just beginning. These are just very beginning layers. But I want to keep track of how they're going. And you see how I'm sort of making it look like it's above and then underneath and carrying on a particular color or mark or texture. And I'll go in behind here too. And now, bam, see, it's made this. By focusing on or filling in the negative space, it's made this pop out better. And I really like this shape. I was just thinking oval. I wasn't really thinking much at all. So there's the awl that I like to scratch with. And then there's clay pottery tools with silicone ends. So, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, oh, you see, that needs to be more white. Or I want it to be more white. I don't want to lose this shape. But what I'm planning to do is only go that far. And then, where'd it go? I put it down. Oh, I put it back in. I want to use this. See, it's sort of a wedge. And I want to just make some patterns here. Bring that energy from right to left. Don't know why. It's just all a feel. Now, since I put some text or whatever there, and I love old books that fade to this beautiful, beautiful yellow. It's like a very light Naples yellow. And so I'm going to, I don't want it so pointy. And I'm going to put it here because it's sort of similar. Okay, I'm going to get my heavy gel out just because it's quicker when I just want to put something down. And I found some old spelling primary spellers and different things with words. So I don't have those out today, but I'm saving those for once I go through exploring like this. And then I put it all together and it's more purposeful. All right, so maybe just I rode up to the, that's interesting. It probably is from one of my spellers. I go hunting for those things in old bookstores. So now I don't want to use too much collage. I'm trying to move away. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Now, that's dry. I might want that orange and black on the top. Yes. Okay, and notice I'm not using my hair dryer today just because I want it to be more spontaneous. So right here. This is the parchment tracing paper. I just purchased a whole bunch, but mostly because I want to keep a wet palette with the blue paper towels underneath. I don't know if I really need that because I'm learning not to put so much paint out. But if I'm working large and need to take a break on a larger canvas or my 12 by 12 wood panels, which I'm working up to next, I can do that. Okay, so once you've got enough layers on, let's see, I'm just checking how long. Oh, good. Good. I'm not going to be too much longer. You need to ask yourself, what's here? And of course, this is just exploration. What's here? What isn't here? Oh, I know. And I remember talking about this. Let's use a subtle value. So what I'm trying to do is see how this edge might create an interesting shape. Now it's slightly visible, but not visible enough. So I'm going to go and do the same thing in a different area with orange. Yeah, let's go vertical. Oh, let's not cover that up. And why just do broken lines? Let's do marks. So I can control that edge. Maybe even a really sharp edge, like a totally straight edge, I mean, would work. So this stuff's got paint on it. I'll put it over here, but of course not near my page that I just did the other day. I'm trying to be careful because my some of my studio clothing had just came out of the wash and the sleeves were just covered. Oh well, sacrifices we need to make. Okay, I'm looking for, why is there not a Naples yellow? There isn't. Let's use the paint. So you see how one idea, cause and effect, developed another idea. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to get a little bit of Naples yellow. And I might even consider using a medium to really make it transparent. So as you can see, I'm not thinking shapes because they're too contrived. I'm loving this here. So since I have some yellow here, there is a bit here. Let's just see, we don't want it the same. And I don't want too much yellow. Okay. Let's try some of these. This texture. And I know it's just bubble wrap, but I could change it out for any kind of stamping texture. It just needs something different. Right here, overlapping. Okay. So, you know, that looks like bubble wrap on it. So I'll let that dry, and then I'm going to go back over it again with the same white and Naples yellow. Not white, the parchment. So I'm not going to dry that now. And let's put a little touch there. And barely right there. Okay. When in doubt, I use my And I just love my fine pencil lines. This is sort of my thing. See, I love how they go through the not quite dry paint. And it's just enough to add interest. Okay. So since I have black on white, I think this might need some white on black, just for some interest. Now we've used the squares with parchment there, so I'm not going to use that. I'm even thinking of using this as a collage piece here. Then we'll, oh, got paint on it. Okay, now I've got that everywhere. And I like a torn edge, at least on part of it. No, I don't like that shape. And I don't even know if I like the size. See, because it's diagonally there. So now it's bringing the eye down. So let's try that. I'm really loving my new, developing my process of exploration. Okay, don't like that edge. I'm just listening. Yes, no, yes, no. See, now it's very square, but it's going to affect this. See how it's slightly square there? So it is echoing. So that works. I'll raise it up a little bit. And then what I think I'll do is create some, is move, once this is dry, move some pink pastel, even right now, while it's not even dry. I have a whole bunch of these anyway. Oh, see what I did? Okay. So be careful when going over that. Okay, we'll just leave it. Wipe that pastel off. Okay. Okay, I need a very dark area. Okay. Now, you see what the brayer does? It lifts. And rather than doing light, I'm ending up going over this. It's called a glaze. So I added a lot of water to my black. And very interesting. So now there's more contrast going on, but it's mostly in this center area. So let's try to move that around. I don't want to cover that up. And I notice I haven't used, there's a nice base. Love that edge. Interesting. So I'll keep that in mind. And I do believe, yeah, not a large shape. So that's moving that down. And no, don't like that. Okay, let's try that again on this side. Okay, so here something needs to happen here, and I think it's a light on a dark. But what? And then we'll just call this done for maybe a piece of collage. Nope. Interesting. Now, I never ended up putting blue on this, so I'm not going to. I've used that too many times. Ooh. Okay, possibly. Vertical. Okay. I don't know, I'm just going to try it. What if? What if I did this? I don't even know. So I'm not going to go super white, but then it might need it in the end. So let's just see. And just very lightly coming from behind those stripes. Okay. So now that 0, 1 isn't really showing. No big deal. Okay, so now that I have a lot of layers, but as you can see, it's pretty flat. Now I've been wanting to do that. I'd like a flat background and then put some things in to float amongst this background. So my first reaction is just add some more line. And I'll show you in a moment how to seal. It's very simple. See, now that it sort of stops. Yeah, I like that. Stops the eye from going off. And you just seal your pastel. You can use just this gloss medium and just go over it, and it seals up. See, some of it's coming off, but that's okay. So it was needing a strong solid because I have all this loose stuff. So now I've got to decide, first of all, the shape that I like. What is speaking to me? And I think goes over there. See, and this is slightly different. Oh, there we go. Now, see? Too contrived, right? Oh, here's some. I think that works. I don't know if it works, but it's a good spot. It's diagonally across from this. Okay, it's too much now. Nope, I don't think I want it covered up. Oh, yes. I had a piece of tissue paper. This. Now you see how these two pieces are very similar? So right away, I'm feeling they need to be close to each other rather than competing with each other. Or here. Because it's going to melt in anyway. Let's see what happens. I love this natural tissue paper without any lines. I just love the effect. See, it just melted right in there. Okay. So just some last minute tweaking. Now, do I have white? I have some, but maybe not enough. Where might it go? I here. I think that's what could be missing. And maybe not. Okay. There it is. Okay. So, any last minute moves? Oh, it's not dry. It'll ruin my marker. Ah, this is dry. And I'm not trying to make it into a finished piece. I just want to see, what I'm doing is seeing how far I can take this. Just pushing that back a little bit more. Yes, we needed these here, I guess. Some vertical coming down. Not too many, and they need to be longer. Drawing attention to this, which isn't so clear right now. So I can come in again and clarify that. It's a bit better, but I think we need to put it in another spot. So diagonal. Yeah, right here. You can barely see it. And I think I like things in threes. So, no, too much of a contrast. Let's just see. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop there. So that took about, well, it was under an hour. So whenever you're playing, you've got, you know, even 30 minutes I would like to do, because it makes me think a lot less and respond more. But as you can see, there's lots of very interesting layers. Overall, it's not what I'm going for. I'm looking for aspects of combinations of layers that are working, and composition, value, texture, pattern, and line. So I hope you try some exploration, and in a sketchbook, just use what you have at hand. As you can see, pastels, a little paint, a little goes a long way when you are exploring with mixed media abstract in your art journal. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and hop on over to the Facebook page group, as I am taking this and developing further art tutorials for the group and for future projects. So I will see you in the next video.